What's one memory of your father or a father figure that always makes you smile or laugh?
The memory I have of my daddy, my father, that always makes me smile or laugh is the fact that no matter what we had for dinner or lunch or whatever, when he was eating, that last bite, which is always the best bite, that last piece of chicken, that last piece of pie or whatever, he'd always say, "Hey son, you want this? Here, take this right here." And I thought, wow, how incredibly nice and sweet was that, right? And usually I'd say no, but every now and then I might say, "Okay, daddy, give it here." You know, but that's the memory that stays with me. I had the best father in the world, so that's the memory I have of my daddy.
He took me fishing one time. My dad was a steel worker in Gary, Indiana. He was a steel worker. And he didn't know nothing about fishing. But he tried. And that was the thing that was so funny because he put too many, what do you call those things? Tackles on the fishing pole. And so when he went to cast a line, in which he had been practicing for a week, the whole line broke. I could not sit there and laugh at him because he was really being sincere about trying to teach me how to fish. But that was the funniest thing. And he was serious too. Yeah, my dad.
My father was a mechanic. And he was a mechanic at night at home and working on other people's cars. And he built trains in the daytime. So he would always work at midnight to 6 in the morning. My memory is always, and I think about it, he always used to make me come out in the garage at 3 o'clock in the morning and hold the light so he could change a motor. And I had to be up at 6 to go to school at 7 o'clock. So it was always funny. I didn't like it then, but I look back on it and say, wow, that was child labor.
This is a saying now, but I grew up in a little town called Lake Charles, Louisiana, right? So I'm a country boy, right? So the thing that would make me smile and laugh every time, my dad always had his own sayings, right? My dad used to always say, he was very, very serious about it too. So a couple things remind me, make me laugh and make me smile every time I hear it in my ear. He would say, "I tried to tow you," right? And then he would also say, "Hey man," he didn't say, "Don't lose that." He would say, "Don't lost that. Don't lost that," right? And so my dad had his own little sayings and stuff. So every time my father passed away some time ago, but every now and again I get a chuckle just from that memory of his sayings. You know what I mean? Tried to tow you. I tried to tow you.
What lesson did your father or father figure instill in you that you still carry today?
The main thing I learned from my father that I still carry with me today is hard work. Man, my dad taught me how to work at a very young age. I started working when I was about 14, raking leaves and cutting grass and the things, helping him with his chores. Because like my dad, we were like on almost like a farm. He was a hunter and he had dogs and chickens, and I learned how to do those things, and that just led to other stuff. And I've been working since I was about 14, 15 years old. I learned hard work from my dad.
Get off your butt and go to work. I don't care how you feel. I don't care if you don't feel like it. I don't care if you don't like the job. A man's mission is to work and take care of his family. So whatever you do, get off your butt and go to work. But I don't feel like, I don't care, get off your butt and go to work. I know that's kind of simple, but that's what I got from him.
My father instilled in me, and my father figure, instilled in me to just work hard. Just never say, I wish I had it. Just do it and, be the best at what you do, work hard at it, and always have fun while you're doing it. So even some of my mentors have told me that. So that's I take it. Sometimes you don't like going to work, but you still have it. That's why I always say I love my job.
My dad plays a very important role in every decision that I make in life. A very, very wise man. He raised 8 kids. I'm the baby out of 8. And one thing that I do remember that I take advice from him every day, believe it or not. Most people say, what would Jesus do? In situations now, making decisions for my life and my family, You know, I would always ask, what would my father do? What would my father do? A couple things my father used to always say is that, hey, look, if you put your signature on something, right, you have to pay it. You have to pay it. Any type of agreement or covenant that you make, it's important that you keep your word with people. And he would also say, too, we don't lose anything. In other words, you know, when times get tough or hard, right, you know how we have the tendency to just want to give up, right? So, you know what, I'm going to let the repo man take it, whatever. He says, no, we don't lose a thing. We find a way to keep it, you know. And I found a way to keep it. I pray to God every day, of course, and God always opened doors for me. No matter what I need, the universe began to open up, you know. I think it's because of what my father taught me about being a man of integrity, you know, keeping your word. Let your yes be yes and your no be no.